All right, I'm going to go through a little process of doing a mating, and just to get familiar with FlyLab, and kind of show you what you should be doing if you've kind of forgotten. I made a video earlier in the semester, but just kind of blend in with our assignments that are going on now, and kind of to show you maybe where you can find some of the information for something like the chi-squared, that sort of thing. So let's just take a female, and what we need to do though is we need to I'm going to design a male here. So let's design this male, and let's see here. Let's give him purple eyes. Let's give him something else. Let's put another feature on him. Let's give him like miniature wings or something here. So I've kind of designed this this fly, and we're going to select him. So here we go. That's our male, and for our female, let's just make it a wild type, like this. So I have a wild type female, and I'm going to cross them with this purple eyes with miniature wings male fly. And so these are, of course, called the parents, the P generation. And when I mate them, I'm going to get what? I'm going to get the offspring, which is often called F1, depends on the book you're reading or whatever. But here we get a number, and we get numbers here, 497 and 505. We got even numbers. So I've told you that, you know, the more numbers you have, see, they're not quite like 500 and 500, which is probably what you would expect. That would be your expected. These are your observed. All right. So understand where you go get your what do you want to call it? Your results from for your chi-squared, and you might do this several times. All right. So now let's do one more cross. Let's go select this a mate to this male. Let's take it another wild female. Why don't we do that? And let's see. This is a wild female, so we'll mate these two. All right. So we'll mate these two. And maybe now, what do we get? We crossed a wild type female with this male. And what did we get? Well, we got 500 and 502. So we've this was our second cross. All right. Now, if we do this, all right, and notice it's not quite what you expect. 500 and 500. No, it's not quite the same. So let's do the analyze part, and look what we get. Oops. We get observed. All right, and our total, and then we get the proportion. So what are we missing here? We are missing our expected, but our expected are, we're expecting maybe 50%, 50-50. We're a little off, but not much. All right, this is certainly going to pass any chi-square test. Let's see. Let's try this. Now what can you do? Well, what's our hypothesis? Our hypothesis is, of course, that we're going to get what, 0.5 and 0.5, or 500 and 500. I think it actually wants 500. All right, and it should do the rest of these for yourself. Yes, and you'll notice it's very low. And so, like I said, I was sure that this was going to pass because I can tell that these are not very big for 1,000. So you can add these results to your lab notes. All right, you can put in some comments here, and then you can just cut and paste this. You can export it as a web page, and then you can do something with it there and put it into your report. So my notes here, you know, type in whatever you want. All right, your comments, whatever. Is this good? Is this bad? Etc. And then you export as your web page. And then once you get it in this form, you know, you can do nothing. You can do similar things. You can grab this. All right. if you know how to grab it. There are other ways besides this one, but I could paste this into like a Word document. See what this looks like. See if it picked up the table. The table is what you want to do. You want, let's see if it's got more options. Yeah, we want it as HTML. There you go. Not perfect, but it looks reasonable. And so there we go. Just wanted to show you that little feature. Since this is a web page, if you paste it in as HTML, it will go in as a formatted text. If you do just raw text or unformatted text, you'll just get the kind of the numbers. If you want all of the extra stuff, you can do it as HTML. All right, now what else can we do here? Let me just close this piece. We can close it. So, oops, I'll say here. So we had our analyze. You can ignore the sex. You can select. We did 2 crosses. You can go back and look at your crosses and go back to the old ones. You can you can design your fly. So, but you can get your your chi-square out of this if you need to, and you'll need to put it into the sheet that we used. The hard parts of this is, of course, knowing what flies you want to cross. So, for instance, if you have a particular type of eye color, wing shape, wing angle, etc., dikeet, all right, that's a common one. You also need to keep track of your sex. All right. Bristles there seem to be a lot of bristle mutations. And let's see, body color, ebony. I know several of you have ebony, black. Somebody have tan or yellow? I think they do. So keep that in mind. Here's how you use it. You should be able to use this to get your numbers for your crosses.